We can both say it.
Tag team.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty.
Eiffel Tower. All right.
Yeah, Eiffel Tower. What is the Statue of Liberty?
I don't know what the fuck is a Statue of
It's a football play. What the fuck is up, circus goers? Before we get started into this episode of Bread and Circuses, we got a couple of things we want to remind you today.
Hey guys, so just remember, go out there to the YouTube channel, give us a like on the video, comments on videos are always appreciated, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel too. It always helps us out and really, will help us make better quality content. If you guys really want to see us make better quality content as well, something that would really help us out is follow our show notes here in the Anchor and subscribing to us and giving us the monthly donations on there. You can do it in either $2, like $5, and I think 10, and it gets
if you really love us.
Yeah, that gives you like some extra cool stuff too with Anchor there. But that kind of stuff only goes towards helping us make better quality stuff. So
that's right. And on our YouTube channel, we always have the link to our Subscribe Star page. I don't know how the fuck it works. I can't figure it out. If you can, more power to you. Somehow it gets sent to our bank account. So
yeah, when we absolutely refuse to use the other
Patreon?
one. Yeah, we refuse to use Patreon just because they are
because they'll shut my bitch ass down.
Yeah, they will. So that's why we don't use them. So sorry if that would be easier for you guys, but yeah, we got to take a stand.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, today this is our 18th episode. Y'all said we didn't have enough female guests, so we're doing 2 in a row. We actually have another one next week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who this person is. She just followed us into the studio. But what's up?
Hi.
Make sure you're talking.
Yeah, you got.
I did.
Real deep.
Real deep.
Okay.
Just like your name.
Brooke.
Brooke what?
Oh my god, my last name is so long and nobody knows how to pronounce it.
Okay, so
Brooke Schulzkump.
We are starting this one off great. We were trying to explain to her about truck drivers before we started.
Yeah.
So let's just dive back into that.
Yeah, we were the whole conversation came up before we started because I was laughing hysterically yesterday because I saw a Yang Gang sticker on the back of somebody's car on a bumper sticker, and I was to the thought that the Yang Gang wasn't actually something that his campaign was using. I thought it was just a meme.
No,
so
it's a real thing.
It is actually what he's using on. That's awesome, dude. Because I thought it was just a meme. So.
I grabbed the Yang bumper sticker.
Did you?
The Yang 2020. It's sitting in that bag over there.
That is so fun.
No, I grabbed a bunch of them. If you look back there, there's the Vermin Supreme 2020 that I hung up over there.
But yeah, he had it, and then he had big old military vanity, like army vanity plates too. So I was just like, this guy's just like
he's a troll.
He's just trolling. Yeah, he's just doing this for the meme. I think it's so funny.
The only bumper sticker I ever had was I had a Gary Johnson 2016 bumper sticker.
Yeah,
you don't like Gary Johnson?
The only thing I heard about Gary Johnson really, because politics are not my thing. I don't really give a shit. But anyway, the only thing I heard about Gary Johnson was the time where they're like, "Oh, if you smoke weed, you could have a heart attack," and then he pretended to have a heart attack. Like that was the only thing I saw.
My favorite Gary moment.
People want to say they don't have an opinion on politics, but everybody has an opinion on politics.
Well, my whole thing is, I think most of us are too stupid to have educated opinions on politics.
I think people are too stupid to vote.
I agree.
That's why I don't do it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm stupid.
We've talked about this before. You see this whole thing about, make sure you get out and vote. Like, no, I purposely give people the wrong day for election day. I discourage people to vote. I think the less people that vote, the better, because most of you, first off, if you can be just swayed to not vote by me purposely giving you the wrong day, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You shouldn't vote.
I think lack of or ignorance of information is not a very good excuse to not know something.
Fuck no.
In this day and age, when you can literally talk
Google,
into your
why
phone.
would you ask me?
You don't even have to Google something.
It.
You can ask Alexa or ask your Siri or whatever.
Actually, Siri's pretty worthless because it pretty much just does Google shit.
Exactly. You don't even have to type it in.
Siri, when is election day?
Election
she actually answered.
Yeah, there you go.
She actually answered.
Siri was like, bitch, you talking shit?
That's because these phones listen to us. Your phone listens to you.
Yeah,
okay, so perfect example. Years ago, I was at a football game for my brother with my parents, and we were talking about Frosty the Snowman. And my mom goes, "What was the name of the magician in Frosty?" I'm like, I don't remember. So we're trying to figure it out. She pulls her phone out. She opens up Google, types in what. The first thing that pops up is what is the name of the magician in Frosty? I'm like, there is no way that's the most Googled question.
Shane Dawson on YouTube did one of his famous conspiracy videos about that, actually. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I saw it, and I almost watched it, but then I didn't really care enough to click it. So.
You should watch it, because he also does this thing about the
Paul brothers?
Not the Paul brothers, but he does something about
the Paul brothers are
they're stupid.
They're the Paul brothers. It's not even worth talking about them. But no, he did something about the Chuck E. Cheese pizza being reused.
Oh yeah,
because they were showing like the pizza slices being all uneven and clearly not coming from the same, or looking like they didn't come from the same pizza. And they tried to put all the pieces together and they don't fit, and it's just like crazy. But
have you guys heard the Mattress Firm conspiracy?
Yeah,
theory?
I have. That's another one.
Have you heard that?
No.
So there is an fucking smart ass little brother did a report on this in high school, like went into the weeds on it further than the actual conspiracies go. So there's a conspiracy that Mattress Firm is like is used as a money laundering scheme for drugs or human trafficking or something.
Because you see them all over the place and they're never around.
The average American buys a mattress like once every 20 years, buys a new mattress. And there are like some parts of bigger cities like Houston where there are 4 mattress firms on one block.
Hey, can I just point something out?
Yeah.
We got our bed from Mattress Firm, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You shut your dirty whore mouth.
Mattress Firm.
Unpaid sponsor, Mattress Firm mattresses.
But yeah, so like, and then the CEO, he supposedly like liquidated a bunch of his net worth, and as soon as the conspiracies came out, like $15 million of his net worth was just gone and liquidated. So it's this huge conspiracy that Mattress Firm is, because really, why are there so many mattress firms? There are a lot, even in Omaha.
Of course, they denied it on their social media, but of course they were gonna like.
Of course they would. Would you just be, oh yeah, I'm a drug dealer?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Might not even be drug dealing. It might be like gambling or like prostitution or something. No.
Well, what kind of prostitution? Is it like where
like organized
making the women do it, or is it like
who knows, man? Made to is a very general term when it comes to like people from other countries.
That's true.
That's the only thing keeping them in the country from like Taiwan.
Thing into it. It had nothing to do with it. Like it's a fucking 80-year-old man getting a blowjob. Just I hope I can still get it up when I'm 80 years old.
Viagra is a wonderful thing, man. It's just
well, if you listen to Zoltan Isfan, who we had on, like 80 is going to be like 30 for our generation.
50's already like not even old at all.
You ready to live to be 250?
No, I think of the wrinkles.
No, like
they've like found stuff to
slow it down.
Oh, so well then I guess it'd be okay.
So like when you were 100, it would be like being 35 or 40. So like you would be able to live like a lifestyle up from your 20s all the way like into your 80s.
Then I guess it'd be fine. I was like, if you're living to 250, all the wrinkles, your hair would just be horrible.
Well, no, if I'm going to be a shell of myself for 150 years, I'll just blow my head off. I mean,
that's one way to do it, I guess.
Well, what's the better way to do it?
I don't want to get into that.
So yeah, we've just been talking about some bullshit here for a little
what's going on in the world?
Brooke, from what I understand is you have graduated from University of Nebraska and you have like a journalism degree, right?
I have an English degree.
Okay.
More useful than journalism.
Yeah.
Technically not really more useful than journalism, but
what do you even do with an English degree? Not like what do you do with it professionally, but like how is the schooling for it?
The schooling?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of reading, a lot of writing, but I mean, it's not terrible. We just get into a lot of heated discussions in one of my classes.
Are they reasonable?
I mean, okay, this is one discussion.
Kids, so
it was around election time during Hillary and Trump, and the class was women in pop culture. So you obviously know the teacher's
was
going
an English class.
Pause. Is Caitlyn Jenner included in this class?
No, but Beyonce is.
Thank God. So it's accurate.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that was a part of an English class.
There's so much bullshit in there.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there was during the election time. She would literally just be like, "Trump is a horrible human. He should not be elected. Vote for Hillary." Like
the professor said that.
Yeah, it was interesting.
At least they're unbiased.
Yeah.
And then after the election, we get to class. I felt kind of bad for her because like everyone in the class was crying because Trump won. And then me and my friend were sitting in the corner like, This is fucking awkward. I don't know what to do.
I can't imagine crying because somebody won an election. I mean, I cry when my team lost the Super Bowl, but that's different. That directly affects me.
I remember being, it must just be like English teachers, because my English teacher in my first class, the college classes I did was super like that.
You went to UNL. What was your English teacher's name? Was it Amanda Gailey?
No.
Okay. Have you heard of her?
Yeah.
She is infamous.
What's it? Yeah, I've never heard about her. What's
She
up?
is fucking crazy.
Okay, yeah.
And we will tag her fucking group in this because she is crazy. She will not. She's blocked me on her page because she will not have reasonable.
This is a professor at the University of Nebraska.
University of Nebraska Lincoln has had multiple complaints filed against her. So it's unreasonable, but as Chank would say. But so no. She runs a page called Nebraskans Against Gun Violence, right? I think we're all against gun violence.
Did you ever have any friends or anything at UNL when you went there that had her as a professor or anything like that?
Probably, but we don't ever really talk shit on professors.
Oh,
I mean, we do.
Now
Okay, we talk shit about male professors because we find them on Bumble, and it's really weird that a 40-year-old man is like on it and you're 20 and you're like,
They're professors.
this is weird.
I had Bumble one time like months ago. My friend was like, "Hey, let's all put our let's put our Bumble ages up to like 40 so we can see if we can get some single moms." So I left it on. A couple days later, it's like, yeah, you have a match on Bumble. I'm like, who is it? It was this motherfucker's mom, and it was crazy.
I think the 40-year-old single university professor is like the male equivalent of like the 35-year-old single mom on Bumble. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so
You're not wrong.
You don't talk shit on your professors.
I mean, just the shitty ones.
Amanda Gailey is a shitty one. And
I didn't ever have. I didn't have.
What do you mean by shitty ones though?
Just the ones that, I don't know, like the teacher of the women in pop culture class. We talk shit on her all the time because her tests were fucking stupid. Didn't have anything to do with what we were actually learning. Our final, was a take-home final. You just had to write a paper.
College, though.
Okay, my final was about Beyonce. I just wrote a paper on Beyonce, and she's like, A+, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's funny that they would have a women in pop culture college class that you have to pay for.
I know. I had to pay for a fucking rock and pop history of rock and roll. There was
that
page.
An elective though?
No, it was required.
Like a gen ed?
There was an entire fucking page on Limp Bizkit. I paid $1,100 to learn about Limp Bizkit.
Which is probably all that information you could find on Wikipedia.
Right. It was like Limp Bizkit was famous for new metal. I'm like, no fucking shit. I listened to them at the height of it. I know.
Limp Bizkit.
So anyway, Amanda Gailey, she runs a group called Nebraskans Against Gun Violence. Total buzzword. We're all against gun violence. Nobody wants to see people get shot.
Yeah.
She's against guns. She doesn't believe in. She fucking.
I think it comes down to that she's probably just afraid of guns. So.
That's yeah.
Or afraid of people that own
being
guns.
afraid of weapons is a sign of sexual retardation. Is what I've been told. But I mean, so she a couple months ago, or no, it was like a year ago. Her and one other professor. Actually, it might not have been her, but I know she had involvement with it. And one other professor that's high up in their organization drove to Virginia. Where some dude that was high up in one of the gun rights organizations lived and threw blood, pig's blood, all over their window.
And when was that?
Like a year ago.
I never heard of this.
No. So they did that. I've tried to engage with Amanda on social media politely, totally civil. I'm not in the business of calling people names and shit like that unless they take it there first. So.
Amanda,
I don't believe that. But
Amanda,
okay,
if anybody in your group is listening to this, come on to the show.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah,
no, but they won't because they won't come on. Like we talked about last week, they won't come on unless they're promised an echo chamber. And if she has, and it's on social media, if anybody challenges their beliefs, because when you're running a Facebook page, for those of you that don't know, the more comments you get, the more exposure you're going to get in the algorithm. So you would think they would want those debating comments, to people can engage back and forth. More people will be exposed to it. They don't. They delete everyone. They block everyone who dares to question anything they post. So it's proof they want an echo chamber. They don't want to be called out on their bullshit. Especially when you're trying to spread a word like that. You'd think that you'd want more people to see it, but they don't do that. They block everybody. They've been invited on the Chris Baker show multiple times.
Who's Chris Baker?
He's a radio host.
Here in Nebraska?
He's a former stand-up comic, but he's he's a radio host on 1110.
Okay.
You should get him on. I'm Facebook friends with him.
Yeah, he should.
He's a really cool guy. But they've been invited on that show multiple times. They wouldn't come on. So Chris Baker, being Chris Baker, said, don't believe anything that comes out of this disgusting creature's cake hole or something like that.
You know, I think if somebody doesn't have the stones to defend what they say against somebody who's challenging them, then they probably should just not be regarded for what they say.
You can't even defend your views on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like you have unlimited time to come up with whatever bullshit response you want, and you won't do it.
Yeah, they've got to just defend themselves against like some dude named Larry, who's like hobby is doing that, and then like reading fishing magazines.
He types in all caps and he shares those fucking minion memes, and you can't outsmart that guy.
I think we've talked about this before earlier, but not on the podcast. But I stand firmly in that I believe Facebook arguing is like the purest form of debate that ever. Because and hear me out on this one. Okay. Because like when it comes to like standard like debate with like rules and a third party judge and everything, I mean you've got the structure there, right? Yeah. Nobody can interrupt people while they're posting. It's make us something you say something, and then they have to do a reply or rebuttal, and then it goes. It's very organized, right? Unless you're talking to someone who's really like nasty. A wall, and you're like, all right. But that's nasty. The thing is though. Is that's fine because that's how debates should be, right? Unless, if somebody's not being good at debating, then they're going to be posting the wall of content that is just going in circles and everything. That's how you can tell when people aren't very good at arguing, right?
It's a waste of time when you get people like that, though.
But
it's so addicting because you're like, I need to fucking tell this guy how stupid he is.
But if you're actually discussing something on Facebook with somebody who's actually good at arguing, then it's actually fun, right?
Yeah. I've had like civil discussions. Like the only time I've had it, if it's with a stranger, what I've found is like 90% of the time they will take it there and they'll just get nasty. And I'm like, bro, you're trying to roast the wrong guy. I do this professionally, literally.
When you start throwing in like personal attacks on people, then your argument is just.
Oh yeah, and they're like, well, you look like a chubby skater kid who got too fat but kept the hair. I think that's because I am.
I was gonna say that sounds like you're getting a little too personal here, man.
Pretty much it. Yeah, no, I've been told that before. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm like, you look like you fucking hang outside of high school football games and wait for senior girls. So
yeah. When you can't have that personal attack stuff come into when you're actually talking about something serious, like because they say it goes off the rails and everything. So Facebook, I think, has a good moderator as well, because most organized debates have moderators in that everybody else that's watching them can come in and start talking shit on the arguments, and the like the actual page people can come in and go like, hey man, you're being stupid. Like,
it's true.
So I think it's the purest form of debate because you make all these organized replies and everything, and then you have, like you said, unlimited time to do it. So you can go onto Wikipedia, you can go find all your facts, you can literally cite.
You're gonna get your facts from Wikipedia, then you probably have a problem trying to decide what
they're better than
you can edit Wikipedia.
Yeah, but you have to cite it. You have to cite sources.
Yeah, Wikipedia cites all of their sources that they do.
Use a different thing than Wikipedia.
You could literally say something from Wikipedia and then just use their source on like your paper. Yeah. Hacks for all those high school kids. That's what I got through high school.
That is exactly how I got through high school. That and Spark Notes.
You go, and especially if you go onto a page of Wikipedia.
Read the book.
Fuck no. Especially if you go to play and dope to smoke, and I didn't have time to read.
Well, if you go onto a Wikipedia page about like some kind of historical event or some kind of thing going on like in the last like 10 years or so, or anything like serious that people actually debate about, they've got like 82, 92 different sources of books and websites and presentations.
They're a lot better than they used
to be. Yeah,
they used to be a joke.
They weren't even bad when I was in high school. That was like almost 10 years ago. Yeah. Like, and now it's insane how much information is on Wikipedia. Like,
you know what site's really bad that people refer to all the time and it drives me nuts is Snopes.
What is Snopes? Snopes is like
you know what Snopes is?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't. I know what Snopes is, but I don't really know what they do.
The internet's been around pretty much, so it's like when you get those. It was good for a while. It had its place. It would shoot down those. So basically, people would post internet rumors like, "Oh, I went to the ball pit." And you remember the chain emails that would get forwarded? I went to the ball pit at McDonald's.
Oh,
and there was a snake in there. And then there was Obama's the Antichrist. So it was good for shooting that shit down. The problem is it got huge and it has a fucking agenda. So it's not run by like lawyers or investigative journals. literally just the
Oh,
husband.
it was because like going back to people arguing on
Right.
Facebook, where they'd be like, "Oh, well, Snopes defined it as this."
Dude, read what Snopes. Dude, there are
You-
times
you-
Snopes
I remember
will say false, and if you read their reasoning, it literally proves the opposite of what they were trying to say.
I remember a very specific example. They during like one of the debates between Trump and Hillary during that election, Trump said that the New York Times is owned by Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And Snopes says that's false.
Right.
And their reasoning is no, Jeff Bezos owns.
the owner of Amazon,
And it's like you're just like, bruh, okay.
I went on and there was one because I was searching because I had heard something about it. I wasn't sure because all the states are legalizing medical marijuana.
Mhm.
This is actually true. It's a backdoor to forbid some people from having guns because when you go to buy a gun, it says, "Do you use marijuana?" Or do you use drugs, including marijuana? Because it's federally banned. Gun background checks are run through the ATF, which is a federal organization.
Mhm.
So if you use medical marijuana, they can track. That'll pop up on a background check. Well, you don't get your gun. So I searched because I had read that there was a court case that said you can't do that. So I searched it, get Snopes. It says the rumor or whatever said, are medical marijuana card holders banned from having guns? Mostly false. The reasoning, states are not passing laws to ban them from having it. The federal government already does that. I'm like, what the fuck? It's true then.
Mostly false.
Mostly false. I'm like, no one's saying states are passing laws.
Nothing can be either false or mostly, there's
Right.
a spectrum of false and true. It's either something's fucking true or something's not true. Something's
bullshit.
false.
I'm
Yeah.
going to start my own website called Caleb's Facts. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the other one that's really bad is PolitiFact.
Oh, I know. PolitiFact is the
PolitiFact
same
is
way.
Horrible. There was one. It was Jim Webb when he was running for president for the Democrats, and then he said before 1920 we didn't have an income tax. Snopes said that was mostly true. Ron Paul said the exact same thing, or not Snopes, PolitiFact. PolitiFact said that was mostly false. So I'm like, so you don't have an agenda. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish Ron Paul was our president.
Nothing would get done. So
That is the ideal. That is the point,
Mhm.
that nothing gets done. So I don't know. We got to get you on Roads to Liberty so you
Yeah.
can debate with Nathan. I
Yeah.
do want to see that. You're talking about the
I've
Paris
just
Storm debates.
been busy and
Yeah.
just I know they have guys that have been super busy too.
You're ready
so
for a showdown.
I know, right? Just a
Oh, nobody's gonna get killed.
I know.
What else is going on in the world, though? We did not prepare for this at all.
No,
It's
I mean
okay.
we never do, so that's fine.
But I feel like I was super underprepared. I came from like looking at guns.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, I literally didn't listen to anything on the way here.
Nope.
Listening, sometimes I think just listening to silence is great. So
Mhm.
the windows rolled down driving.
Really? You didn't play any music?
Hmm.
It's like meditative,
It's
man.
still better than country.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Debatable.
How? Speak it.
Country music is fine. It is kind of a super depressing genre. Give it to that. Give that to you. But it's not terrible.
It's farmer boy
either-
rap music.
It's either depressing or
Okay, no,
it's-
that's Old Town Road. That's farmer boy rap
Old
music.
Town Road.
Old Town Road is
No,
country
it's
music.
not.
Old Town Road is an instant classic.
Yeah,
No,
Old Town
it is
Road.
not.
Old Town Road is country music, and the only reason that it got off the country list is because it was ran by black. It was made by a black guy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Old Town Road. What I love about Old Town Road is it's a perfect symbol of our society right now.
Yeah.
This dude on fucking YouTube has the #1 song.
And he makes
Talking
it about
about
Red
a
Dead Redemption.
Video.
Yeah.
It is The Shining, and I love it because like it used to be back in the day. It was like, oh, you want to get famous, you got to go to Hollywood. You got to quit your job and starve to death as a waitress. It's like, bro, now you can do it from your basement.
Mhm.
You can legitimately get famous. Joe Rogan, his podcast started from his living room. Now he has a
I
studio.
was gonna say, didn't he live in LA though?
Well, he's from there.
Yeah.
though. So that's a little bit different. Who's a better example? I mean, any of the YouTubers.
A lot of
making a lot of
YouTubers
money.
that make a lot of money
They
live in LA.
moved to
though.
California as a status thing when they don't need to be there.
I don't know because I mean, like, have you? Another thing from coming from one of Shane Dawson's videos, man. He goes and he interviews these YouTubers, right?
Right.
These like YouTube production companies have these YouTubers living in, albeit it's a big house, but they pack like 10 fucking people into this house and just make them make content in this house. And like they tell them like, you have to work out, you have to do this, you have to do X, and then you have to make content here. And it's like, dude, they don't even have a life.
Yeah, no, I heard about that. It's almost like a slavery. Like
it almost is.
Sweatshop or something for YouTube videos. I couldn't do that.
I feel like no matter what industry there is, there's always going to be somebody that's going to figure out how to do it unethically.
Well, I'll tell you, the hardest part is not making the videos. Making the videos is frustrating in its own way as someone who's done it. When I worked for the roads that I won't say on here, I'm giving the time of day. But making the videos is frustrating, especially when it's scripted. Like there were times like I would repeat the same fucking line 20 times and you would hear me go, God fucking damn it. And I would be like embarrassed at myself for getting so angry on camera.
I really will. I ask again, why don't you think Old Town Road is a country song? I want to have this discussion
because it's a black guy.
No, that's not the reason. It's just that's
Darius
not the
Rucker
reason.
Lives
Matter. Darius Rucker is the only black guy that was allowed. They were like, okay, Darius Rucker,
we'll let you in, token.
Yeah, he's the token black guy.
He's
he makes country music diverse.
Yeah. So why
Darius Rucker's Clayton Bigsby?
Why isn't Old Town Road a country song?
Just a stupid song. I just don't like it.
90% of bullshit country songs are stupid too. So how is this one not any dumber than any others?
Because it's just like, I don't know. It's more of a rap than country. But why is he rapping about stupid shit?
It literally has a banjo.
It feels like, I don't know. It's just a stupid song.
Let me pull it up and play.
Some people play it way too much, and
let's not get YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. We'll get in trouble. Never mind. We can't do that. But
yeah,
I don't think
it's overplayed.
How is it any different than that fucking chew tobacco spit song?
What is that song? That's by Blake Shelton.
Yeah, Blake Shelton does nothing but country rap. Like,
oh gosh, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No,
his is like rap music for fucking.
Isn't he kind of a piece of shit though?
I don't know.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
Everybody who makes
cheated
music is a
on
piece
Miranda
of
Lambert with Gwen
That's not
Stefani.
true.
Fred
Durst
show and
is
a
a
half.
great guy.
Okay.
We're best
He supports Trump.
Does he?
Remember
Durst?
The Fred Durst.
Oh, that guy that looked like Fred Durst.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a guy that looked just like Fred Durst. It would make. What happened to him?
Mm.
His page was called like the Stop Sign or something stupid like that. And he would make these videos, and they're super fucking ignorant. It was this video, and he would be like acting. He would play two characters, but it would all be him. And there was one, he was like talking to this guy. This guy's like, yeah, my doctor said I got a disease. I got an addiction. He's like, dude, this is not a disease, you fucking dumbass. And it's like, well, it kind of is. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I never watched his stuff. I just remember seeing memes about how Fred Durst supported Trump, and I thought that was really funny. So it's Fred Durst, like Limp Bizkit's like a meme music. So
I still listen to it.
Yeah, it doesn't make it bad. It's just meme music, like that, like Linkin Park.
It's like Nickelback.
Yeah, Nickelback.
No, Nickelback is terrible.
Creed, all those are like
Creed is not music.
They're meme songs.
I'd rather listen to two whales have sex than Creed.
So yeah, I want to know, because I heard a lot of people say that song wasn't country music, and I'm like,
Old Town Road.
Yeah, isn't it though? So
it's got Billy Ray.
Just because it has Billy Ray Cyrus doesn't make it country music.
What does make it country music? What makes
I don't
it
know
country?
How about what makes it rap?
Yeah, what makes it rap?
Just sounds more like a rap
Black
song.
guy.
No, that's
no,
not
but for real
it.
though, why though?
I don't know. I haven't listened to the whole thing.
You're putting her on the spot.
You're putting me on the spot. I've only listened to parts of it.
I will. She had a really strong opinion about it, so I assume you had listened to it.
Because some people tend to play it way too much, and then it gets annoying.
But that doesn't mean it's not country.
Yeah.
I didn't say it wasn't country. I just said it was a bad song.
We just backtrack on that.
Yeah, I mean, I said it wasn't a good song, and then you're like, so what makes it not country? And I was like, I just said it wasn't a good song.
I think you just destroyed her with facts and logic.
No,
probably.
I'm not trying.
Probably. I just don't like the song.
Well, I mean, like, I think a lot of people share that opinion though, because they took that song off the country top charts, and it was like, why? It's
I don't want no black boy, no colored boy topping my charts.
I don't know. Well, I think it's. I don't think it's necessarily that, but it kind of that. You know what I mean? Like kind of that.
Maybe not the younger people, but the older crowd that listens to country music. I think that played a role, and people don't want to admit that because that shows the ugly underbelly of America.
Yeah, right. I feel like with country music, people need to see some guy in a cowboy hat and jeans up there with a guitar.
You did have that.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
feel
But you know what I mean? Like,
Cowboy hat from Gucci and Wrangler on his booty. He even says it in the song.
but like, what I'm saying is, if it's somebody that doesn't fit that persona, how does that not make it country music? You know what I mean? Even like,
I don't think it's necessarily the persona. I think it's just the tropes of country music. It doesn't fall into all the tropes.
that song was literally about
Google it.
all the tropes of country music, like horseback riding, being a cowboy, like doing all sorts of.
No, the tropes of country music are hunting deer, chasing trout,
Yeah.
a Bud Light with the logo face, and now that's the Bill Burnham stand-up.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
But I mean, yeah, for real though. I was just like, why did they take it off the charts,
Fucking
man?
Shouting match for like 10 minutes over Old Town Road. You never know what you're gonna get on this show.
Yeah,
This is kind of one of those wing it episodes, and it's kind of lovely.
we always wing it. So
This is a more extreme wing it
Yeah.
episode. This wasn't quite when you were gone and I had Sean and Ricky on,
Mhm.
and that was a complete train wreck. But, so I wanted to hit on something. You went back to the PolitiFact and people online.
Mhm.
I know we like to be very liberal, and not like in the political sense, but like open
Mhm.
in that sense as to who we bring on. We'll bring pretty much anybody on. I was thinking there are some people I don't like to have on that I like to avoid. It's people like anti-vaxxers and flat earthers and people like that. And it's not because I'm scared to argue with them. Well, no. So it's not because I'm scared to argue with them. It's because I have a day job. You have a day job. These people don't do anything but fucking search these things. So they sit there and they find enough bullshit, half truths to make a compelling argument that makes them sound intelligent. I don't want to bring someone on here who has nothing better to do than research those topics, and they actually sound smart and they make us sound like an idiot. So then we become meme fodder. Oh, Caleb Salvatore and Nick Kohler owned by anti-vax. It's like,
Which wouldn't happen
flat
because
earth.
the thing about those guys that think that is that their arguments only work when nobody is fighting back against them. It's like somebody who does like a martial art that is totally invalid.
oh, like those guys that do where they like point at you and you fall down.
Yeah, those guys that try to teach like martial arts, like this is what you do in self-defense, and then like you get in an actual fight.
Yeah, and you get your ass beat.
Yeah,
That's
there's like
most martial
there's
arts.
a YouTube video out there of a guy trying to do something like that, where he's like showing somebody that, and he's like, oh, all you got to do is this, and he like does it on a chick, and then he gets this big guy to come up, and
Yeah.
he does it, and the big guy just
Oh
punches
yeah,
him
when
in the face.
he beats the
Yeah.
shit out of him.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, dude,
This
because he hits him like
Because he
hard.
was being a dick. He's like,
Yeah.
so here's what you do, and he's like doing all these slow motion moves, and he pops the dude in the jaw pretty hard.
Yeah.
and you can tell this guy was pissed.
Yeah,
after that.
and he
He's
just
like,
fucks
fucking
him
punched
up.
me. He's like, all right, now let's do it in real time. And this guy just grabs him and throws him on the ground. I've seen that video. I know exactly.
That is the physical equivalent of an anti-vaxxer. So that's why these people never go on to platforms and actually talk with someone. Like, you don't get serious discussions about it, because it's as soon as somebody who's not a flat earther and anti-vaxxer talks to
Right.
these people, they're like, oh man, my argument actually is bad. Like,
Well, that's part of why I wanted to do this show. Was because when I was doing stuff for Roads to Freedom, I dropped their name. God damn it. So when I was doing stuff for them, I was making
Just
YouTube
like
videos. I had nobody opposing me. And it was YouTube, it was stand up. So it was punchlines and metaphors, and it's funny shit. And I didn't have it. Now, granted, when I wrote the scripts for those videos, I wrote them as if I was someone on the counter side picking it apart, and I would address every single counterpoint I could think of, which I don't think enough people do. But that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to have somebody to actually banter back and forth with, not just me telling you a bunch of bullshit, so people can call me out.
I don't think healthy dialogue is made by that. It's kind
By
of
what? Just talking shit?
Yeah, just being a single face on YouTube.
No, it's
like,
not.
I see
There's
all
a place for it.
Yeah, there is. Fucking background noise to fucking. That's what it is. That's about all it's good for. But
Nick's over here listening to Logan Paul.
no, I'm not Logan Paul. What am I gonna? It's every day, bro. No.
The best background. We're not gonna get
Yeah.
I was gonna
But
say it's
no,
the
'cause
NFL draft.
I've watched like a lot of these popular YouTubers on YouTube, and because my wife likes to watch them, and they'll be saying some stuff, and I'll say, what she's saying is bullshit, dude. Like, this is why this is wrong. Like, this happens because X because of Y or whatever. And I'm just like, no, like maybe the comment sections, but I mean,
nobody reads that. Those are a bunch of fucking jackasses.
Yeah, exactly. And 12-year-olds.
Yeah, jackasses and 12. Hey, doesn't matter. You're white, black, straight, Gay, male or female.
Everybody's a gay on the internet.
Everyone's gay to a 12-year-old on the
Yeah.
internet.
And even if you don't know who your mom is or your mom's already dead, they've already fucked
They've
your
already
mom.
fucked your
Yeah,
mom.
so-
They've already fucked your mom.
But yeah, it's nobody goes to the comments, so these people are just basically on a soapbox, just talking in a
Did
street.
you see the Pauls had Alex Jones on their podcast?
I thought just Logan.
Or, yeah,
did.
Logan.
Or Jake.
No, it was Logan.
Logan
It was
did.
the
I
crazier
did, and
one.
yeah, Logan. The joke was that Alex Jones red-pilled Logan
Yeah.
Paul.
And Alex Jones, he's talking because Logan Paul said something about he had coyotes, and Alex Jones was like, I'll show up and shoot him for you. Alex, do you know who Alex Jones is?
No.
You've never heard of Alex
I mean,
Jones.
I've heard the name. I don't know exactly who it is.
Do you know, okay, so you know the 9/11 truth conspiracies,
And
that the government was behind 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you heard the conspiracies that the Sandy Hook shooting didn't happen?
What?
Like back 7-8 years ago. Remember that school in Connecticut got shot
Yeah,
up?
I know. What?
Alex Jones started a conspiracy that the Sandy
I don't know
Hook
if
school
he
shooting-
personally started it.
He's the
but
one that took it mainstream.
He talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gave it the idea, and then he went back and forth, and I'll give him credit. He came out and said, "Yeah, I was wrong. I fucked up." He didn't tell his people. In his defense, he came out and said he was wrong, and he didn't tell his followers to harass these people's
No.
parents. He speculated on the idea that it could be fake. It's the same thing with anti-vaxxers. Should we even give those people the time of day? He said, I think he went back and forth on the fence. I think it might be a false flag. I don't know. But I don't think he ever actually came out and outright said it. I could be wrong. But he definitely gave it the time of day. A lot of his followers, and he knows his followers are nuts because Pizzagate. You remember Pizzagate? Do you know what Pizzagate is?
What?
Okay. We're here really.
These are all
into the
very
weeds here.
active internet happening.
Pizza
All
Pizzagate.
right. So the things you guys follow on the internet compared to the things I follow on the internet are two different spectrums.
Dude,
That's
I
okay.
get-
That's
well-
what this is good. This
Makeup
is the bouncing back
influencers.
of ideas.
I get
Makeup
into-
isn't-
I literally get into the same stuff with Anna. Like I'll be telling her about some stuff, and she's just like,
She's
"No,
like,
I don't know about that.
um,
I'm just watching Tati
So-
or something." Which
It's
me
okay.
and
Tati
Caleb,
and James Charles.
yeah,
Plenty of
exactly. Me and Caleb actually were following what was going on with the Tati and James.
I don't know what
Charles.
that is.
James Charles.
What
You
happened?
have you watched all these 2-hour videos?
I didn't watch the videos
So
because
who is
who's
James
gonna?
Charles? Tell me
James
who
Charles.
My
He
wife
was like the
literally did.
first cover girl type thing.
He's a man though.
Yeah.
He's a makeup. I don't fucking know.
No,
But
you,
he's a
you have to
makeup
explain
influencer.
What's going
What's
on?
going on is that he was he did a fake thing that he was being sponsored by this hair vitamin, and his friend Tati, who basically helped him start his life or whatever, the makeup thing, has her own hair vitamin, and he posted a fake ad at Coachella about it, but it wasn't really sponsored by this.
it's all a lot of really colorful drama stuff.
Stupid drama, but then it goes from the vitamins, and then she calls him out for harassing straight men, and then people are coming forward yeah, we fucked, but then I'm yeah, I'm straight, and then James Charles harassed him.
Dude,
What do you say?
And
the
You can slay as much pussy as you want.
oh no, James Charles is
No,
great
about the guys that were straight.
they're just
Saying I'm straight, but we had sex. You slay as much pussy as you want. You suck one dick. You're a dick sucker.
You're
the rest of
always
your
a dick
life.
sucker,
That's right.
well,
but
yeah,
no.
that was-
So you really, man, going down the rabbit hole of that is
James Charles.
cosmetics on the internet.
Oh, I wouldn't even dare.
Jeffree
dude.
Star too.
There's so many people that are influencers, and they go through all because it's a bunch of women, so they go through all this drama. And
I mean,
stuff.
there's
it's a
also
bunch of women.
men.
Well, it's a bunch of women and gay guys, so they go
Yeah.
through all their drama that they do.
Yeah.
I told
drama.
Anna, the only thing sassier than a Latina is a gay Latino. That's the only thing sassier. So, and she's like, "You damn right." So,
Okay, so Pizzagate. We got a half hour, 45 minutes, so we can get into the weeds. on
long
Pizzagate.
story short, it was a conspiracy story on the internet,
But I think
involving
people-
a pizza
So
joint that
they
was
were saying-
supposedly child sex slave type
Oh.
trafficking stuff. It was a
So-
front for it.
Alex Jones, and this is where he fucked up because he knows he has crazy fans. He has to know.
Yeah.
You talk about fucking aliens, and he doesn't really talk about aliens, but you talk about interdimensional child molesters and all this kind of shit.
Interdimensional.
I don't even
Oh,
know.
jeez.
That's,
just-
yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
said
just
that
a
while he
weird
was
guy.
drunk and high on the Joe Rogan experience. But yeah. So when you talk about crazy shit, you know you are going to attract some people who are not so stable. He said, I want all my followers to go to this pizza place and investigate. Well, one of his followers walked in during business hours with a rifle and fired rounds into the ceiling.
Yeah. Stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Some guy on the internet being stupid. Yeah.
Pizzagate got it got swept away a little quick to make me comfortable.
They
because
talked about it on like NBC like one day, and then they went.
And then that guy got it. Then that guy got fired.
Yeah,
he talked about it. He pointed out things that were not discussed that were eerie. The fact that this company had the same logo as the list that the FBI has a list of symbols that pedophiles use to identify with each other on the dark web. This company's logo was very eerily similar.
Going
symbols.
Into that, what are some of the? I'm curious. What are some of the symbols that they say?
It was some kind of triangle thing. It was like multiple triangles inside of one. And this
Zach,
company,
I don't know if you can pull up any of those pictures.
Be careful how you Google that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to
I am not looking to get us demonetized before we even start making money.
Well,
No, that's a good idea. Don't pull that up. Yeah, don't post that on there. If people want to know what it looks like, they can Google it themselves.
Then they can know what to be looking out for, so they can
but if
report
we
stuff
post
to the
that,
police.
this episode is going to get shut down so fast on all the
I don't know why. What a police company out there, a pizza company is out there making pizza and stuff.
The logo was very similar, and there was another pizza place right down the street also had a very similar logo to what, and this was part of the conspiracy, to what pedophiles on the internet use to identify with each other. The other thing was, if you look at these emails between these people, some of these people who have been arrested for having sex with minors, like high up politicians, God, was it someone in the Clinton administration or Obama? One of the two.
Probably Clinton administration.
I think so. They're super corrupt. Someone made it out of the Clinton administration without getting killed?
Yeah.
So
they all work for the DNC now.
Yeah. So there were emails, and it was super just weird. It's like, why are you talking to these encrypted emails about I'll have this and that? And maybe it's just whack jobs on the internet, but I thought it deserved more attention than it got. And then there was the Instagram page that got shut down. And the Instagram was extremely disturbing.
For the pizza place, or
the owner of the pizza place that was supposedly, so he had pictures. And
can you find like screenshots online?
You can find, if you search Pizzagate Comet Ping Pong owner Instagram, there will be pictures on there.
Yeah,
there were pictures on his Instagram, like his private Instagram account, that someone had gotten. There's ways to hack Instagram accounts, so it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Someone had gotten pictures, screenshots from his private Insta that's been shut down since, and it was really weird. Like, it was artwork of like sexualized children, sex dungeons, and then it was like another picture of the sex dungeon, and the fucking caption was speaking in the same code that they were supposedly using on the internet through the emails. It was like, yeah, I've got 15 cheese pizzas ready to go tonight, and then it was like 3 more Asian ones in comment, and yeah, it was a little fucking eerie.
Is it? I mean, all the label of conspiracy theory aside, is it really that crazy to think there's like a small pizza shop doing something
for
like
Washington elite? No,
yeah,
because most people in high positions like that, not most, but a good number of them are fucking scumbags.
Yeah,
that's how you get there, is by being a scumbag. And the fact that the only guy on the mainstream media, not named Alex Jones, if we want to call him mainstream, Ben Swan, that talked about it was fucking immediately removed from his job, and nobody heard from him for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it deserves some attention, and I think someone else should look into it. Now, I'm going to kill myself by shooting myself in the back of the head 3 times. So when they come after me. So I didn't commit suicide if they come after me. So
that's video. We're going to remove our YouTube.
Yeah, now we're getting shut down.
Now we're getting into real Alex Jones territory now.
No, I'm not telling people to go.
I think Alex Jones he's kind of a figurehead for the stereotypical crazy internet ranter. Like, you see him on everywhere, right?
Yeah.
The guys that post like the schizo posters that like post like the same stuff but said like 4 different times on comments and stuff, and he's basically that person that types that, but the guy like
Alex is an interesting case because he was always loopy, but since they started deplatforming him, he's gone off the deep end. And I feel like Alex is what happens when I think Alex is a walking example of someone losing their mind from being censored. Probably. So imagine putting yourself, yes, he's done a lot of this shit to himself, but imagine your wife leaves you. You lose custody of your kids. It's like, when that happens to people, they're usually like, I got my job I can fall back on. No, your media empire has been deplatformed on everything. So that's going to slowly collapse, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And I don't think it was necessarily what Alex Jones said. I really believe it's how he said it, because he screams and rants and yells on his shows. Like,
that'll get you.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And he said he was going to knock that congressman's teeth.
Yeah. That was pretty nuts. So.
Well, he said it was Adam Schiff. I don't remember. Peter Schiff's the economist. It was Adam Schiff, and he said that Alex Jones was a Russian spy. And Alex Jones is like, because Adam Schiff's like one of the only openly gay congressmen, and he's like, Schiff is just the archetype cocksucker. This little fairy just walks around trying to tell me what to do.
Well, for people that had never followed him for a long time, I heard about Alex Jones like in like 2010 because he would always be making videos on YouTube of him talking shit on Obama all the time.
And he talked shit on Bush too.
Yeah,
he was very consistent.
I just remember finding out about him because he would just be calling Obama like a devil, you're a devil, you're a wicked man, Obama. And like, so
he said that.
And this was 10 years ago. So Alex Jones has been doing the same crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's just he got a lot of mainstream views.
Well, and then there was the time that he said Obama and Hillary are demons from hell. When you get up close to them, you can literally just smell the sulfur.
Yeah. He says a bunch of really fucking dumb
ridiculous
shit. The thing is, though, is he says some dumb shit, and then once in a while he says some real stuff. So it's hard to go between.
That's the problem.
It's really not black and white.
Every now and then he makes a good point.
When he said the stuff about the frogs being gay, that literally happened. They found out that there were some runoff chemicals from a factory or something like that.
Making the frogs gay.
It was going into like a river, a pond or something, and it was actually like changing the frogs like genetics and making them like gay. It would make them not reproduce.
He did that to himself though, because he did, they're turning the frogs, friggin' frogs gay. So after that happened, he, instead of like being, no, this is what I meant, this actually happened, you fucking idiots, watch this. He decided to dress up in a frog costume, put a rainbow skirt on, and skip around his fucking studio.
Yeah.
So when you do that shit, people are gonna make fun of you.
And like if he would have done something like an actual like rational person would do and do like an actual extended segment about it with research to back it up and everything, he probably could have brought a lot of light actually onto like factory runoff messing up water like ecosystems, because they do in like farm runoffs do like factories, they fuck those ecosystems up,
right?
And instead he just wasted the opportunity to go be dumb. So
why is there a meme? I sent it to you. Why is there a meme about throwing your car battery into the ocean?
I don't know.
What is Zach? Can you please look that up?
Yeah,
there's this meme about throwing a used car battery into the ocean.
Was it something because do you remember a couple of years ago when there would be all those Facebook groups where they were like a Facebook event, go onto the beach and shoot at the hurricane? Remember that?
I remember.
Yeah. I was thinking it was like something like that.
They had
okay.
It was the pedestrian bridge that connects us with the shithole part of the city, or the shithole part of the country in Council Bluffs. It was like
Naruto run across the bridge, and like 50 people showed up and like Naruto ran across this like 200-meter bridge.
There was one where they wanted to go Super Saiyan at the park.
Yeah, so I think like 25 people showed up to that. Yeah. All they did was they stood outside this old park in like downtown Omaha and just went like for like 20 minutes. You never see those anymore. I don't know why. I think Facebook started banning them, or it doesn't have them public anymore.
I loved the one about shooting at the hurricane.
Yeah, there was like, because it was when
there it is. That's it. You love the ocean. Then name 5 brands of car batteries you've thrown into it.
Yeah, I don't get this. Maybe because
I don't understand.
It doesn't. Even if you go to know your meme, it doesn't explain it. I don't get it.
There is nothing to it. That the meme is that there's nothing to it. It's one of those kind of jokes.
Oh, okay. A forced joke.
There's a website where you can go and figure out what a meme means. What the fuck? No one's told me this, because I get very confused sometimes for memes as to what the hell is happening.
The internet
in it.
is really, really
It's a big place.
Well, I need to go on it.
To be fair, that website violates all kinds of rules, because the point of memes is that they're not supposed to be explained.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's really like breaking the bro code.
I think Know Your Meme was good because it made like the motivational comic memes not a thing, and like the things where it would be like the super
demotivational posters.
Demotivational posters where it'd be like the bro frog and stuff from like 10 years ago. That's not a thing anymore.
Well, Pepe's hate speech now, so you can't use him.
Pepe was never on that one.
No.
Pepe,
Why is Pepe hate speech?
Pepe. So from what I remember following along what internet was going on, Pepe's always been a symbol on like 4chan and all the chans and everything. It's just like a picture to throw on.
Right.
How 4chan works.
Because I learned about Pepe through a black guy.
Well, how 4chan works is you make a post and you're anonymous, and you can have an optional picture that gets uploaded on that post, and the thread is just fucking like 100 of those posts starting from the beginning, which had to have a picture. So what a lot of people do is they'll make replies or something like that, and they would just make up that picture of Pepe on there. So how this meme kind of came from it is that people would say that they had rare Pepes, right? So they would have just like Photoshop pictures of Pepe being like a clown or being like a pirate or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So and then people just started, people have been using Pepe forever. So then they just kind of started using it because those were the people that were on the internet supporting Trump and the 2016 election. So then it just kind of became a symbol of not necessarily Russians, but just like anonymous shit posters on the internet. Really, I'm not even gonna say far right. It's really just shit posting on the internet. It's
most shit posters are far right or libertarian, though.
They are, but not always.
The left shit posts on accident.
No, there's a lot of people that would consider themselves left on like 4chan that actually like call out those retards and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you said a bad word.
Right. But because the thing is about on 4chan is a lot of that stuff was condensed into this board called slash political or politics. The poll, and that is where it's like notoriously just where all the Nazis go and Nazi post and stuff. So, and then they would, do Pepe's or something, or just have
the only story that I remember from 4chan is from years ago. Taylor Swift was hosting this thing, and it was like, type your school and vote for your school, and I'll do a show there. 4chan hijacked that poll and had her perform for the Iowa School of the Deaf.
So I'll give you an example. I'll say this: 4chan is like the internet equivalent of like those rowdy teenagers that go to the mall to go like throw carts.
That was me. I didn't destroy it.
They go to like Walmart and like take the carts from there just to laugh about it. That's like what 4chan.
When I worked at Lowe's, we had people that hijacked because I worked at Lowe's in high school, and we had these kids that would come in and hijack the fucking rascal scooters and drive them all the way to the stop sign and see how far they could get. That
4chan is the internet equivalent of those people, just condensed. And so another kind of freaky thing about what happened on 4chan. Remember the Von Mars shooting that happened? The guy that did that posted about it on 4chan before.
And now there's a bunch of copycats that say they're going to.
Mm-hmm. But he actually did it. He was like, I'm going to go. They would call it an heroing, anonymous hero. Like because your name would just be anonymous, and they call everybody Anon on 4chan, short for anonymous. Yeah. So everybody would say an heroing is where you would go and commit suicide or kill yourself, but doing it in some way that would make like a lot of news or something like that. Like that guy that hijacked an airplane like that with nobody in it. He just went into an airplane on a tarmac and then flew it around and did like barrel rolls and loop-de-loops and then just crashed it into the ground. Yeah. That guy posted about that on 4chan first before he did it. So
there was a guy that ran for mayor of New York City that had been arrested like 10 years prior for hijacking an airplane.
Yeah.
Political career is dead.
It was really kind of funny because that particular instance has showed how easy it is to just go onto an airstrip and steal an airplane. Like,
that's kind of unnerving.
Or something like at a Grand Theft Auto or something.
But in Grand Theft Auto, you got in trouble real fast.
Yeah, you did get the 4-star wanted level right away.
That's true. I mean, he had people. Probably that guy was probably not going to land that and get out of that job free. So,
well, we had so I went to my brother's graduation today. Speaking of unnerving, it was at a bigger event center here in Omaha, and because he just graduated high school, it only took him 7 years. No, just kidding. So I go to his graduation thing. I get all my shit out of my pockets because they're doing security, like purse check, bag checks or whatever. Get all my shit out of my pocket. And the guy just looked so disgusted that I was doing that. He's like, just go. Doesn't even pat me down, nothing. I'm like, oh, top-notch security here.
Thanks, bro.
Now I'm safe.
You just let me smuggle in this keistered hand grenade.
Yeah, I have a friend. We're not dropping names. I have a friend whose wife has carried a firearm into the CenturyLink Center. They fucking patted her down and missed it. Mm-hmm. So if you think you're safe at these events, you're not. I just want everyone to feel a little bit less secure tonight. Those, they patch you down. They don't fucking.
Just giving more fuel for those anti-gun fucking nuts to be more fuel for their fire, man. Oh, they're not even patting them down at these events.
That's why I should be able to bring my shit in there. The security obviously don't work, right?
Yeah, and then the one time it works is the one time you bring a gun in and then you get arrested.
No, I mean they shouldn't. They should just let me bring it in there.
No, what happens is like people that don't shoot very much bring their gun in there, and they think
That's
they
the
can.
problem,
They think
yeah.
they can hit a guy from like 40 meters
That's the
away with it,
problem.
and then they end up shooting the guy next to him.
I
Like
will
20
say,
meters away.
as somebody that's very pro gun,
Yeah,
there are a lot of fucking idiot gun owners out there.
yeah, there are.
That not just guys with a shotgun and they're the grandpa's shotgun in the closet. There are people that own 30 weapons and carry them daily, and they're fucking morons.
Mhm.
They're like, oh, I'd love to see the government take my guns. I'll go to civil war. I'm like, bro, you can't walk up a flight of stairs without getting winded. You're not going to fight a civil war. And they carry their guns around. It's like, okay, by the time you reach around your fucking fat gut to grab your gun, you're going to be dead. And if you somehow get it out, you're probably going to miss because, you shoot at a green paper target once a month. Oh, boy. Like,
Yeah, they don't practice drawing the gun out of their holster.
yeah,
and
it's
shooting the
super, dude.
target.
It's super easy to do something in
That's
controlled
actually-
conditions.
That's actually what most cops do to practice their shooting.
They draw?
They like draw shoots
So,
and like stress shoots.
when
and
I
stuff.
go, I'll draw and I'll push. What I'll do is I'll push the target back really fast, and then bring it forward real fast, and then I'll draw so it's moving like a
Mhm.
person would be,
That's
and then
good.
I'll draw when I shoot.
You should have it. Do you keep it holstered on safe too? I bet, right?
I don't
A lot
have
of
a
people-
safety.
Oh yeah, if you got a Glock or something
I
like
have a
that, a lot of
Glock, I don't
guns
have a
don't.
safety.
So a lot of people will carry around their guns on fire too, and then they shoot
Well, that's
themselves in the
fucking
leg when they draw it.
Well, it's
so
those guys that carry the 1911s around and they have the hammer cocked back.
Yeah.
They're a fucking idiot for
Those-
that. That's a good. If it doesn't have a safety, don't cock the hammer back.
Mhm. Don't. Now, most 1911s do have safeties though, don't they?
I don't think so.
I think they do. They have a little lever safety, kind of like them nines do, or like Berettas do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, a Glock. I mean, my Glock doesn't have a safety. I'm responsible enough with it. I have it. But here's the thing: in the holster. We're getting really deep into the gun.
Oh, you're fine. I just don't know shit about handguns.
I find it kind of interesting when we bring on somebody that doesn't know anything about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
To, like see what
They just
normal
think it's
people's
like the man.
reactions are.
If you would talk about hunting, I could kind of put an input
Yeah,
in
you grew
there,
up in
but
Western Nebraska.
oh no, I didn't. But anyway,
So a holster is huge. You don't go to fucking Walmart or even Cabela's and get the cheapest holster. There are websites out there, and it's going to cost you a little bit more, but it's worth it. They will custom, and it's going to take a little bit for it to get there. They'll custom mold a holster for your gun, which you should want.
Mhm.
You should, if you're going to be carrying this thing around, this is an investment in your safety. If you're going to be carrying this thing around to protect yourself, or
A lot of companies make holsters for the guns that they make too.
yeah,
like
the
specifically.
extra $60 is
Yeah.
worth it.
Mhm.
It's 100% worth it. Don't carry around the fucking nylon Serpa holster that came with it, or you got for $8 at Dick's.
Mhm.
Don't shop at Dick's at all, anyway. I don't know, but I mean, you were in the army.
Mhm.
You've got experience with guns. You've got more experience shooting than either of us.
I got experience of people shooting that shouldn't have been shooting.
100%. Yeah.
But shooting is a perishable skill, and a lot of people
It
don't
is.
go out and keep the skill up regularly, including military people. So
I actually got someone fucking lit my Facebook up yesterday because there was this post about, and I know Zach's probably just laughing off camera right now because he knows exactly who I'm talking about. There was this post about grade schoolers being taught gun safety voluntarily. It's not like it's a mandatory class or nothing, which honestly you can make
I
the
think it
argument
should be
that
mandatory.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter what side of the gun issue you're on. This is my thing. The reality of the situation is there are more guns in this country than people. At some point, especially in North Carolina, which is a somewhat conservative state as far as, I mean, they have a lot of firearms there. Especially in a state like that, odds are, whether you like guns or not, at some point your child will come across one.
Well,
And having the
statistically, they
proper-
find that most injuries caused from guns are
People
accidental.
don't know how to do it.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
like people like leave their guns in their safe
Yeah.
loaded,
Yeah.
or they are cleaning them and they forget to clear it
Right.
when they pick it up, and then they shoot themselves in the foot, or
Right.
or they shoot through the floor of their apartment and hit somebody on the lower floor or something. Yeah.
What?
People are stupid.
Yeah, well,
They are.
it's just not that they're stupid. I think it's that they're lazy. Because
Well,
when
yeah.
they teach you in gun safety stuff, is anytime you approach a weapon, you need to approach it like it's
right,
loaded.
like it's loaded.
Yeah.
But then
Even
you
if
get
know it's
old.
not.
You get an old boy that's has been around guns my entire life. I've been around. Thinks that kind of stuff doesn't apply to him, and he's lazy. He's like, oh no, it's fine. Like,
Well, I don't know. Like I said, even if you're totally anti-gun, they should all be illegal. Guess what? They're not.
mm-mm.
That is not the reality. You need to be, if you're not going to be a realist with how to deal with that issue, at least be a realist with your fucking kid
Yeah,
and accept the fact that they're going to come across a firearm at some point. There is a solid chance of that. And why you wouldn't want them to have the proper training and respect for one, I'm not saying they got to be an expert marksman, know how to deal with it. Just
know that
it's-
anytime you deal with a gun,
Right.
you're supposed to treat it like it's loaded.
Right. Tell a fucking adult. That goes with fucking being trained to respect.
Yeah, there's
that's a weapon that can kill you.
There's 3 really easy rule of thumbs. 1, don't keep your finger in the trigger well.
Right.
Yeah.
Never put your finger on the trigger
Right.
unless you're going to shoot it. 2, don't point it at anything you don't intend to shoot.
Right.
And 3, treat it like it's loaded at all
Right.
times. They teach that in hunter safety stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I took a couple friends of mine shooting. Me and Jordan did a
Mhm.
couple years ago, and she was shooting. I think it was a 45, so it was a big ass gun for a beginner.
Yeah.
But that's what we brought. She wanted to shoot this 45, like whatever everybody wants to, because it's like a cannon, So you train them on the 9, and then you can shoot that for fun. So she's putting a couple rounds through it, and
It's like the people that have 44 magnums at home
right
just to
yeah,
say
it's
they
just
have
for
a 44
fun.
magnum.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
So she jams. It was my friend's girlfriend. She jams it. I told her before we went in, I said, here are the rules: muzzle control, finger off the trigger, treat it like it's loaded. Finger off the trigger till you're ready to shoot. Jams it, safety's still off because she just got done shooting it. I told her if you jam it because or anything goes wrong, set it down and turn around and get me, and I'll figure it out. No, she jams it, turns around, finger still on the trigger. Hey, I think it's jammed, and we're all whoa.
You know what happened to somebody that did that in basic training?
yeah.
They get beat up. So
Didn't you say that if you did that in basic training, the sergeant would make you write a letter?
Yeah, the drill sergeants would make you write a letter to somebody that you were you killed them because you shot them in basic
Write a
training.
letter to their parents.
Yeah, you had
This is
to
why I killed your
legitimately
son.
write a letter to their parents.
Did you have to send it?
I think they said they were gonna, but they
They just never
didn't.
did.
Yeah,
That would be
maybe.
kind of disturbing.
That would be traumatizing for the
Yeah, I
parents.
just saw him on
It's like,
Facebook.
hey, yeah, sorry, Mrs. Johnson. I
shot your
shot
son.
your son because I had my finger on I turned around with the gun loaded and pointed it at him. I'm sorry. I know he was a really good guy. You had to write a 2-page letter that the drill sergeant would read.
Fucking
So
idiotic.
yeah.
That's so.
But I mean, that's the basic. All basic training really is get you to pass a PT test
Right.
and then get you to know gun safety, basically.
Right.
So
Well, that's when they talk about. I think it's a misconception when they talk about the school shootings, the people that say arm the teachers. I hate that.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's not what a lot of the proponents of that are saying. They're saying give the ones that have gotten the proper training the choice to carry at school,
Mhm.
not give every teacher a gun.
no.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers are fucking limp-wristed idiots, and that's not a gay slur. I'm limp-wristed they don't know how to shoot. So limp-wristed fucking idiots that have no business being around a gun, and they'll be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But when you got, the history teacher that is probably might be ex-military,
History teacher was
or
ex-Marines or something like that.
something like that. That guy is gonna be like, "All right, kids, get behind me. I'm gonna
Right.
fuck this guy up."
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, dude, I'm a unique case. So people talk about the arming. I don't know how you feel on that. Letting
On what?
teachers carry weapons in school.
I mean, if they know how to use it, because in my high school, in every class. Okay, I went to a tiny ass high school, so in every class that we had at the beginning of the year, you always had to talk about what would happen if there was an active shooter.
Right.
And there's one teacher who was my PE teacher would always be like, "Yeah, I mean, if I could have a gun, I would, but I can't. So
Yeah.
run." And I was
Those
like,
are the
"Oh,
shooter types.
Yeah.
Those guys are fun.
So that was. I am a unique case because we did have a school shooting my freshman year. It was national news. It was one of the first waves. He shot 2 principals and he wanted to come back into the school, but they had locked it down because he had extra mags in a car.
And this kid was it was on drugs.
His dad, he was on K2 synthetic marijuana.
Yeah.
He had been suspended because he had driven his truck on the school football field.
Yeah,
And
he was
so
a total.
obviously
He was like a total. Well, he was like a
But
total
he
troubled
wasn't-
kid.
He was troubled, but he wasn't your stereotypical, lone wolf white male. He was
Yeah.
a black kid.
Yeah,
he
he was
had
a
a
black
lot
guy.
of friends.
Mhm.
His dad was a Lincoln police officer. That's where he got the
Yeah,
gun.
he got
was
the gun
police
from
and
his
shit
dad.
gun.
Yeah.
which is, that's why we weren't fortunate enough to have it politicized, because the kid wasn't white and the gun wasn't, an AR-15 or something that was in his dad's closet. It was a police gun, because all cops are racist murderers, but only cops should have guns. So make some sense out of that. But yeah, so our school got shot up, and I remember, it didn't get shot up, but there was a shooting. We didn't know.
Two people died.
Two people died. He tried to come back in. Right. Yeah. 2 people got shot. Actually, 3 people got hit. There was a janitor that got, 4, because there was a janitor and a nurse that got struck by shit falling off the wall from when he missed. And
yeah,
so,
that kind of stuff is why I'm like, don't carry your own gun into.
So you had 3 injuries and 2 deaths, including the shooter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of chaos. But so I remember, because we had no idea. This is before smartphones. This is before Facebook, where you could get on, the shooter has been compromised. And everyone's trying to text their parents at the same time. So we all had flip phones. There's no way of knowing what the hell's going on. We got SWAT teams pacing down the hallways, tapping on doors. We have no idea. I remember I'm getting chills talking about it, because it's still, like, I like to say that I turned out okay from it, but it's still, I do have a little bit of,
school shooting.
I found that I have a little bit of PTSD from it that I probably should have got looked at after it happened, but fucking whatever. Because I was only 20 feet from it when it happened. I remember the dude running out the door and security chasing him. And my friend's like, what's going on? I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here in case this is like a school shooting. And I got screamed at, and not 30 seconds later, code red, everybody to your classrooms. So I remember my teacher waiting by the door with a chair. You can't tell me, if you were in that situation, that you would rather have a chair than a gun. That's my take on it. As someone who
especially when the resource officer was like cowering in fear, in the closet. Like,
I'm not gonna comment on that. That was what was said. I obviously have no proof of that. I'm not trying to get sued by anybody, but the resource officer's official statement was he thought they were balloons popping. If you're a cop and you mistake gunshots for balloons, I'm going to call bullshit on that, especially when it's the next room. So, yeah, I actually did find, because I thought I was fine by it. Like, I didn't have any problems throughout school. They didn't do active shooter drills after that, because they didn't want to, until our class had graduated, because they didn't want to traumatize anybody and trigger anything, which is pretty smart. But I found, because I worked at a school briefly after that, and we had done, it was right after that shooting in Parkland that happened, we did an active shooter drill, not like 3 weeks later. And I remember, because I was in the kindergarten room, and they were saying, I'm like, what do we do? And they go, well, we pack them into the bathrooms like sardines and we stand in front of them. I'm like, oh, so we can catch the bullets and then they can? And I remember, like, I had to go I don't smoke. I had to go outside and smoke a cigarette and take a walk outside just to chill out, because it kind of fucked with me. Like, I do, like, right now, just thinking about it, I remember fucking frame for frame what happened. And it does give me chills thinking about it. I'm not like fucked up, like I hear a noise, I'm gonna start shooting at it. But, it's just a little bit of mild PTSD that I should have got. We had free counselors. I should have gotten taken care of when I had the chance, but I was
that was like 10 years ago too. They didn't really know much about they didn't know much about his PTSD back then as they do now.
They didn't. So it wasn't quite, it's and then I don't know, you're a veteran, we have unemployed veterans, we should give them security clearance.
I don't know. There's some of them. If you're like
the guys with schizophrenia that you see on the streets, though, they're unemployed for a reason.
There's some nutty
shouldn't
dudes.
Be armed around children.
That's a really like easy blanket term to just say like, oh, go to veterans. Or just like, what are they gonna do? Give them a fucking machine gun and have them run around through?
I don't know. I don't like that. I wouldn't mind hiring security for it, or at least arming the security that's there and training it, since they already have them.
My stance on it is like, I'm not opposed to hiring a veteran like at all, and I actually would look for them, but I wouldn't be like, oh, you were a veteran.
Yeah,
I don't need to even do an interview on you, man.
9 tours in Afghanistan. I saw my buddy's legs get blown off, and I also tried to strangle my wife. But I'm a veteran, so let me carry guns around your children.
It would be a very strong thing for an interview, but I wouldn't be just like that's a catch 52.
Experience.
Nope, don't need it. You got the job, man.
Yeah, no, that's not.
That's dangerous.
That's very dangerous.
There's a lot of like pretty dumb veterans out there. So
and there's some really smart ones.
Yeah,
there's some very intelligent ones.
I think it's like anything, there's a lot of dumb people out there. So.
Yeah. So how long did we just?
About an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was a good show. It started off slow, but we killed it. So, but so if you're just go back over it, Subscribe Star. I didn't mention it the first time. Go check out our Redbubble store under Bread and Circuses. We
Yes.
moved everything. We were on Teespring, and Teespring is a major pain in the ass. I know this. Like, people were telling me I ordered shit from your store. I still haven't gotten it. I'm like, bro, I'm not ripping you off. This is a third party. It's buying through.
Yeah,
Just wait.
Redbubble, I think, has a lot better reputation out there as well.
Redbubble will ship it in like a week.
Yeah, Redbubble is super good.
Yeah.
And getting transitioned over there was super easy for us as well. So a lot of props to those guys.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until I tried to buy one of our merch, and it took like over a month. Like, I bought it April 20th. I got something May 15th. Your item is shipped. I'm like, oh, I forgot I bought that.
So, like, I guess the
Teespring.
good thing about it is we're glad that we figured that problem out before it was a problem.
It's a little bit more expensive, but it's well worth it.
Yeah,
because it's a better product. It's
and you
better
get it
customer
faster.
service. You get it way faster. It's basically like you're paying for expedited shipping.
They give you way more choices there too.
And you do have a lot more
Basically,
choices.
yeah, we put like a thing on there, and then they're like, oh, you can get this in a sticker, a T-shirt, a coffee mug.
iPhone
And it's
case, pop socket,
sweet,
all
dude.
kinds of cool shit.
Yeah. So check it out. It's the Redbubble Bread and Circuses
Yep.
is how you can find it on there. You'll see our logo on it, but
Yep.
that's where you can get that sweet ass Omaha Beach T-shirt.
That's right. I actually have it. I'll wear it on the next one. It's a
Yep.
tank top. It is bomb as fuck. You can get it in T-shirt too, though.
Yep, you can get it in baseball tee, anything. Yeah.
So then Anchor, subscribe. It'll be in the link on our audio version, also on our YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bread and Circuses. Like I said, like we talked about in the beginning, subscribe to our Anchor. Even if you're just giving us $2 a month, that's so critical. It helps us make things better. Like you see, our wall is kind of bland. We would be cool if you guys make us fan art. That would be bomb as fuck too. Like, you can just see your shit hang up in the back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no to that. And then
Especially if it's a big, like, bedazzled dick or something.
right, yeah, that's what we want, is a big bedazzled dick. But
alrighty, though. I think that's it for the night, though,
I
folks.
wasn't done. I
Oh,
had
really?
another thing to
Oh,
say.
what? Yeah. Don't let me cut you off, bro.
No, make sure you send us just if you like what we do and you want to see it get better, because it will. It's going to get better regardless, but it'll get better a lot quicker the more cash inflow we have, or the more cash flowing we have. Obviously, we have responsibilities. We have to pay for other things before we upgrade this. We are going to upgrade our audio in the next couple episodes. That'll hopefully be a lot better. You know, we all kind of hover around one mic, and it's not bad, but it's going to get a lot better because we'll each have our own mic. So that'll be really cool. Other than that, yeah, send us your money.
Pretty much.
Peace out. Oh, wait, do you want to say anything?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I would say. So
No?
no.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.